This video was recorded with the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable. Skip it up and that up! So this video has two shoutouts. One goes to the Young Turks. I'll have a link to the video I'm going to be discussing in the description below. And the second shoutout goes to YouTube user Rabbit Nightmare for sending me this really freaky article. So I'm sure a lot of you guys know about the whole Edward Snowden thing where he leaked about the NSA and how they've been tracking people's phone calls through Verizon, through Microsoft, and they've been tracking everyone's information. And Obama's been on TV defending it, saying we're not actually listening in on the phone calls. We're just tracking who'd call who, when, and storing it in a database, and we don't touch it unless we need to if there's a national security issue, which is bad enough already. But if you thought that was bad, what I'm about to tell you is even worse. The NSA has software built into every single version of Windows, going all the way back to Windows 95, that allows them to track every single thing you're doing on your computer and totally compromise your operating system. And Windows, and Microsoft, I should say, is not denying this. They're like, yeah, it's kind of happening. We're not going to lie. I'm going to explain in further detail now. The security specialists have identified the NSA software as driver ADV-API.dll. It enables and controls a variety of security functions. The specialists say that in Windows, it is located in the system folder, C/Windows/system. This driver contains two different keys. One was used by Windows to control cryptographic functions in Windows, while another initially remained a mystery. Well, the mystery has been solved. Then 2 weeks ago, a U.S. security firm concluded that the second key belonged to the NSA. Analysis of the driver revealed that one was labeled key, while the other was labeled NSA key, according to sources. The NSA key apparently had been built into the software by Microsoft, which Microsoft sources don't deny. I mentioned that earlier. Having a secret key inside the Windows operating system makes it tremendously easier for the NSA to load unauthorized security services on all copies of Microsoft Windows. And once these security services are loaded, they can effectively compromise your entire operating system. Now, if that doesn't make you shit your pants, this will, or should. I don't know if you know about Michael Hastings. He was a journalist. He worked with the Young Turks, Rolling Stone. He was in Iraq and Afghanistan reporting out there. One of the best journalists out there, at least many consider him to be. He was doing research on the NSA. On June 18th, 2013, he was driving his Mercedes C250 Coupe at 4:30 in the morning, which is strange enough in itself. Witnesses say he was driving very fast, uncontrollably. His car fishtailed, slammed into, I believe, a pole, and it just blew up and incinerated into flames, which that's also strange too. Cars, especially modern cars, it's tough to make them catch on fire. Well, someone out there has a very eerie theory on what may have happened to Michael Hastings, and it isn't Alex Jones, don't worry, you're safe. It's actually Richard Clarke, who was the former U.S. National Coordinator for Security, Infrastructure Protection, and Counterterrorism. He gives his 2 cents on what he thinks may have happened to Michael Hastings that early morning, June 18th. And here it goes, man. It's a doozy. I quote, "There is reason to believe that intelligence agencies for major powers, including the United States, know how to remotely seize control of a car." Let me continue. Richard goes on to say, "What has been revealed as a result of some research at universities is that it's relatively easy to hack your way into the control system of a car and to do such things as cause acceleration when the driver doesn't want to accelerate, to throw on brakes when the driver doesn't want the brakes on, to launch an airbag. You can do some really highly destructive things now through hacking a car, and it's not that hard." He ends it by saying, "So if there were a cyber attack on the car," and I'm not saying there was, "I think whoever did it would probably get away with it." Holy shit, man. Look, I got to talk about this cars being controlled remotely by the government thing first, okay? Richard Clarke, guy has credentials. I didn't get this from prisonplanet.com or infowars.org or anything. Think about that. If the government wants you gone, or someone in power wants you gone, and they can control your car remotely and make your car accelerate off a bridge, slam into a tree, make you brake when there's a truck coming, how are you going to prove it? It's remotely controlled, remote controlled cars to a whole new level. I hope that the Young Turks are wrong. I hope that Richard Clarke is wrong, because that's scary. There's nothing to stop the government or whoever has this power. They want you gone. That's it. All they got to do is say, oh man, he must have been suicidal today. Wanted to drive his car off a bridge. How is anyone going to prove otherwise? Did you see Michael Hastings' car? It was a fiery mess. There's no way they could approve what happened. Wow. Now, getting back to Microsoft. Every single copy of Windows from Windows 95 has NSA software on it, meaning they could track everything that you're doing, compromise your operating system. I'm sure they're going to have keyloggers in there. I'm sure they can know every single person you talk to, what porn you watched, down to every single keystroke that you've made, what you're downloading, what you're uploading. Without a warrant. It's just built. Microsoft is saying we built it in. We built in this NSA driver. It's right in there. And then Microsoft, you wonder why everyone's so wary of buying the Xbox One when every single one of them will have a Kinect. I mean, this isn't tinfoil hat shit anymore. CNN talks about it now with the NSA, how they're tracking everyone's phone calls. I mean, for Christ's sake, I mean, even like a year ago, you told me this. I'm like, oh, that's crazy talk, man. It's out there. They're doing shit like this. So now it's believable. Imagine, I will definitely think twice. This makes me definitely not want to get an Xbox One. Because you cannot tell me. Microsoft is one of the first companies to bow down to the NSA. You cannot tell me if the government has beef with you, they're not going to be listening into you with the Kinect, which has an HD camera, a highly sensitive microphone. Come on! And you're wondering why, Microsoft, that everyone's wary of the Kinect being bundled with every Xbox One? Gee, I don't know. Maybe because you're working with the NSA and every single copy of Microsoft Windows from Windows 95 has NSA software in it? Gee, I wonder why people are wary of the Kinect. I don't know. Look, I hope to God both of these articles aren't accurate. I really do. I hope that all of this information's wrong and it's just crazy talk, tinfoil hat, conspiracy theory stuff, but with everything else we've been hearing out there, come on, man, it's not hard to believe anymore. And you know what? I'm sure there is at least a shred of truth in both of these articles. And if that doesn't scare the hell out of you, I don't know what will. It's getting frightening out there, man. Things that you never thought that would be happening are happening. And wow, that's all I can say. Anyway, folks, make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And if you have an interesting news story you would like me to discuss, private message me with a link via YouTube. And if I use your news article, I will give you a shout out in the video and feature your YouTube channel in the description. Have a good one.